we were. Y'all were at the camp, the Strahd camp of a group of gypsy-like people called the Vistani, who kind of welcomed you to their campsite. I believe that Ivor and Farron had gone into the camp itself while the rest of y'all kind of held back in the tree line. And Ivor was in the process of kind of making small talk mixed with some chit chat and questions to the Vistanti, the leader. I guess you could call them like the bandits. Like I said, they kind of travel around and live off the land. And I think that's kind of where we left it. Was he was in the middle of talking to him? Is that sound right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll go ahead and take us over to that page.
And what time of day is it right now? Do we know? Or is it still just dark?
It's dark. It's nighttime. It's hard for y'all to determine exactly what time of day it is.
Gotcha.
I guess Ivor wants to ask what time of day it is.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, this is his question. You'll take over the question for him. He'll kind of look at you and, friend, did you hit your head on the way in? It's early evening. Why do you ask?
We just got here.
Well, surely you can tell, though. At least the sun is out.
Okay. What
Of course, to y'all, it would not appear as though the sun is out. It would appear as if it's kind of late evening, almost dark.
All right. I'm gonna badge Carrick
Okay.
and Jack.
Yes.
Thank you.
I'm gonna badge everybody. And say, come take a look at this. And then before they get here, I'm gonna tell what was his name? Aldo, Alfonso.
Oh, let me see. What's his name? It's in my book.
Yeah.
Andre.
Yes, I knew it started with A. Andre, we have a few more friends that might want to warm up real fast. Maybe grab a pot of soup if you don't mind.
Oh, please. But that's when. Oh, that's right. Is this Baron or Ivor talking?
This is Baron talking.
Okay. He'll kind of defer the conversation to you and say, yes, your friend here, kind of pointing at and motioning toward Ivor, say, mentioned more. But when you came about, we thought maybe you were the only. Absolutely. We'll make room around the fire, and so you'll see they kind of this gypsy lady kind of hangs back over here, and they appear to be trying to make room. Around the fire is you mentioned that there's other people that would like to come over.
Yeah, I'll badge him and tell them to come take a look at this.
All right, I don't have a badge.
Okay.
I'll just kind of like tap you on the shoulder.
Yeah.
I'll come up when I see everybody else coming out. Grim and the lion are not coming out.
Archie's just going to stay back out of the view and just circle the cam over here.
Yeah. So these are our friends.
Okay. And they will all kind of nod and give you a hearty smiles when you approach. They'll motion toward different mats and things by the fires. They say, please come warm yourself. Again, as we mentioned to your friends, the woods are not a place, especially for the newcomers or the uninitiated, to hang out in.
When you say uninitiated, is there a certain initiation that happens here?
He kind of smiles. He says, "Oh, just if you've never, your friend here," and then he'll mention to or motion toward Baron, mentions again that y'all are new here, and so yeah, there's you kind of have to learn the lay of the land, and obviously coming in to see us, coming from the depths of the forest. Obviously, you've not gotten word or been told that is probably one of the most unsafe things to do.
Mm-hmm.
Can we tell kind of what race these people are or anything like that?
Mm-hmm. They appear from visual appearance, they appear to be humans.
They appear to be humans. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. And I think Jarut's already done his. They're alive humans, not dead.
Yeah, I
humans.
did divine sense, so they're not fiend or undead or celestial or anything like that.
Right. So, we already asked what they know about the Ancient One. So,
yeah. Well, I think Ivor, and again, I'm just going off of memory and several nights of sleep. I think he mentioned, hey, we've heard about the Strahd guy. I think he kind of played it low key and off the cuff, kind of just mentioned Strahd's name. They said, and they're the ones that said, oh, yes, the Ancient One. He rules this land. I don't think they provided much additional information other than if you met him already, then he must have brought you here, something to that effect, I think.
Yeah, something like that. And from what Ivor had got out of this guy was that they have not been attacked by anything as far as werewolves or anything.
Correct.
As we were.
That is correct. I do remember Ivor mentioned that they had seemed, again, if memory serves, they seemed surprised that y'all had made reports or mentions of killing a plethora of werewolves. But then I think Ivor did maybe an insight check, or someone did, or maybe it was Baron. Someone did some type of insight check and kind of could tell that they were not really surprised. I believe that's what occurred.
But they in particular were not.
Correct.
Have not.
Yes, that is correct. And then he asked him again something about that and the insight or whatever it was that they were telling the truth, that they do not fear going into the woods. Or I think he asked something specific about y'all hanging out in the woods like this. Y'all aren't fearful, and you were able to tell that they were telling the truth, that they are not fearful of any attacks by other creatures or things like that.
I guess Ivor will relay that information to everyone. Just out and open in front of these folks.
Okay.
I'm going to ask him where the Strahd said there was a village around here.
Okay. They'll kind of turn. The leader will kind of turn to you as you speak, and as he goes to answer you, he'll kind of motion at one of the other Vistani and kind of motion him to offer you something to eat if you want. It's up to you, but he will agree and say, yes, there is a village to the south. Again, all the lands that you see here, this is the Valley of Barovia, but one of the main villages here is the village of Barovia, and that probably the safest way is directly due south until you hit the main road, and then head due west into the village.
How many other villages are around?
He says, well, there's little places here and there, but there are three major villages or towns that you can usually hit. They all kind of are in a line off the main road off of one another. So there's three. There's the obviously the village of Barovia, and then he mentions the village of Kretsk and the village of Valaki.
Where does the ancient one live? Does he live in any of those villages? Is his castle there?
Oh, he kind of smiles and he says, yeah, your friend here does not tell untruths. You are new here. He says, you need not look far to know where the ancient one lives. He lives in Castle Ravenloft, and it peers over the village of Barovia.
It appears like it floats in the sky.
No, it peers over.
Oh, peers. Okay.
Yeah. He says, as you approach the village, you will see it high on one of the cliffs that peers over into the village of Barovia. It's high up on the cliffside. You can't miss it.
What was the name of that castle?
Ravenloft. Let's see. Oh, and speaking of which, I meant to earlier. Let's see here. I meant to put these out in the journal. There should be one under, that should be it'll be a duplicate, but that way the easiest way to find it out of the way, that'll be under the cast of characters, under the Barovia, but also, as we well know, he is a notable adversary, so he'll be under that tab as well. And let's see here. You haven't had that yet, so we'll give that to you. And did I make, y'all found a letter on the way here that was being held by a dead body. Let me see if I made that to y'all. Yep, I did. Okay.
Is that a mysterious letter? No, that's the wrong one. My bad.
No, that's right. Yeah, it's that Collian.
Yeah.
The mayor's daughter or something like that.
It referenced the mayor's daughter. It was being carried by some dead body, obviously. But yes, that's the one that should be in your journal under important documents. And I think that's it for right now. I did the Vistani as well, I think, just in case. It has a dot next to it, but. So yeah, he mentions those three towns, and then he kind of points you. Let me see if Castle Ravenloft. This I'm not sure about yours, Trevor, but I tell you what, man, trying to find these handouts in certain ones.
It's troublesome.
Yeah, here we go. I've got one right here. I'll have to edit out some GM notes. So first, let me just.
We shouldn't be able to see the GM notes, I don't think.
Well, but there's also in the general description, there's some stuff that I won't. Let's see here, but I'm going to go ahead and I can update that in a little bit since the question was asked. I'll take out the parts I don't want, and I'll go ahead and put that in the locations. Let's see here. There we go. All right. So that should be under locations there. So that'll be Castle Ravenloft. And let's see here. Where is... Let's see, handouts. All right. So yeah, that is where Strahd calls home, is Castle Ravenloft, and it overlooks the village of Barovia.
I'll ask him. I'll say, my companion said you haven't been bothered by the werewolves like we have, but we've seen several abominations since we've come here, from trees that look cursed to shrubs that look cursed to werewolves. And I would ask are vampires also common around here? Because I believe we've encountered at least one.
he will look at you and says, well, common. Obviously, as you know, Strahd himself is the original vampire, the father of all vampires. As far as his seed or his underlings, those that he has turned to those. I don't know if they are extremely common. They don't usually bother us, and so we seldom see them. But yes, rest assured that he is not the only vampire in the valley.
Good to know. Thank you.
Who's kind of Strahd's number 2 guy?
You'll kind of see. You will see a look on his face. As for how to describe this, we'll put it this way: when he talks about Strahd, because it's come up in this conversation a few times, they speak almost kind of cavalierly about him as if they have no problem. Strahd kind of is, and that's just a kind of a matter of fact type thing. But when you ask that question, Jack, you see a look on his face that is. I don't want to say worrisome or fearful, but you can kind of tell that you kind of get a different reaction that's not quite as warm and fuzzy when you ask for his second in command, and he says, "Well, you would be referring to Rahadin."
Oh, spell that, please.
Yes.
Is it with an I or an A?
It's let me find it. Pages and pages. All right, RAHADIN, Rahadin.
Rahadin. Okay.
And I can hold on one second. I can get you that into your cast of characters. Right. Make sure. All right, so he's going to describe, so that so I don't have to edit a whole lot of this out just for the sake of ease. He's going to say that he'll describe this particular individual as a tall, dark elf that has served Strahd and Castle Ravenloft for hundreds of years, and that he is his eternal servant. And his, as you almost kind of like you said it in your tongue, second in command, but he would say as his lifelong companion. He says that he is one of the few existing ancient ones that serves Strahd, and that he is a dreadful creature, that the only one that commands more respect than the only one that commands anywhere close to the amount of respect Strahd commands would be Rahadin, and that he again kind of describes him and says, if you ever have the displeasure of meeting him, you will most definitely know of whom I speak. And I will go ahead and let me move this to the appropriate journal. Carrick, make a history check.
$14.
Okay.
No, wait. 15. 18. I'll get there. The disadvantage is jacking with me.
That's all right. Your ears will perk up when he is talking to Jack, because you're kind of sitting over on the other side. I got so many things pulled up. Let me see where you're sitting. I think you're on the other side of the fire. Either way, your ears will perk up when he mentions the description of a dark elf, and your ears will perk up because that not only sounds familiar, but you remember recently seeing a dark elf. Do you recall that, like meta at a game?
Was that the one that showed up in the throne room?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And so when you hear that, that will kind of cue you in that there's a possibility that this is probably the individual in which he's speaking of.
Well, I'll answer this. Well, I don't know about Rahadin, this man you speak of, but we met Strahd once, and he's a pretty swell guy, man. Yeah, I really enjoyed him. In fact, he invited us, I think, to stay at his castle with him. He's very welcoming, much like you are welcoming us here tonight. And are y'all staying here tonight? By the way, are y'all camping out here?
He says, we never can tell where the woods take us. We kind of never call one place home for too terribly long. Once we've drank enough and partied enough, we may move on. But yes, as long as the weather holds and our fortunes stay true, we will probably be staying here the evening.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, and then he was gonna refer back to, and you have a keen eye and a good sense of character. You're correct. Strahd is while a firm and sometimes ruthless ruler. He is just and takes care of those that serve him loyally.
So you serve him loyally, is what I was going to say.
Okay, and he'll kind of turn and say, "We serve the one and true King of this valley. He is our ruler. He is the ancient one. He is the eternal. To stand against him would be folly. So yes, I guess if you put it that way, we do serve Strahd and follow his rule."
Perfect. Sounds like a solid leadership plan.
Is he the king of Barovia, or is there a larger area that he is the king of?
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, that'll work.
While he rolls that, I'll point to Baron and be like, he's a king as well. Baron's a king here.
And persuasion 10.
You said a 10?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. How do I answer that?
Yeah.
Not a 10.
Yeah. My name's Ice Cube, Dr. Dre. Sorry.
Right. Phrase that question again for me.
I was going to ask him, you said he was the king of Barovia. Is he also the king of any lands outside of Barovia? Like what land is Barovia part of?
He will say, well, Barovia is the Valley of Barovia is an interesting place. You would be misled or misunderstand the term of land or ruler or king in that he was not elected. He has always been and always will be the owner of the Valley of Barovia. However, Barovia itself, you can kind of tell, kind of like I guess the best way I'd be able to explain this or give an example is kind of if you talk to somebody that speaks a different language and they have different definitions or meanings for words, kind of lost in translation. When you say lands beyond, as far as we're concerned, and those that live in the valley, this is our home. But if you had to describe places beyond this plane, this would be let's see, this would be his domain, his plane of existence.
Have you ever walked outside of the valley?
Has he?
Yeah, the leader, whoever I'm talking to.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Strahd.
No.
Oh, him? Oh, absolutely.
What's that? What's past the valley?
He goes, there's there's forest, there is plains, there is wherever where depending upon what portion we exit from. We have seen the ocean. We have seen different areas. We've seen mountains. What is there a particular place that you're referring to?
What do you call that land beyond the forest?
And caveat: are there larger beasts than these werewolves that you've seen?
He will for the first question. He'll say, "I believe the phrase in which you would understand it would be the Yearwood." Would be what lies beyond the valley of Barovia. But again, it's not simply geographical that you refer to. See, to you, you believe that by passing through the boundaries of the valley of Barovia, you simply will find yourself back in the Yearwood. It's not something geographically adjacent. Again, this is a different plane that belongs to him. And then he turns to Baron and says, as far you said, are there bigger creatures or problems?
We saw trees and we saw werewolves. So
He says, oh, absolutely. There are far more less hospitable things than the furry, mangy beasts that you have encountered, and trees and other things that go bump in the woods. There are probably things in which you've never encountered. Again, this place is older than anything that you can imagine.
have you ever dealt with any of these creatures?
Oh, you can kind of see, he kind of smiles, says, no. Again, we lead a simple, safe life. We enjoy the benefits of the land, the resources that it provides. As scarce as they may seem, it's enough for us, and we seem to matter not to the creatures that roam these forests.
So
What about, do y'all get chased by a strange fog?
He smiles again and says, I see that you have you encountered the fog yourself?
Yeah.
He says, we are able to pass through the fog as we would like.
But it doesn't affect you at all? Have you always been that way, or are you like a Princess Bride and you gradually got used to it over time?
Make a persuasion check.
Oh no, I haven't brought my character sheet up. Okay, fine. We're at disadvantage on checks, right?
Yeah.
Oh God!
Oh.
To be a disadvantage, and it's a 24.
Yeah, we need Jack to be talking from now on.
Definitely.
What was the question?
Did they get used to, or did they kind of acclimate themselves
That's right.
to it, or has it affected them?
He says that for us, that is the way that it has always been. And then since that's such a high roll, he'll be more than happy to proffer additional information. He says, again, this province that you kind of see, and he motions around, everything that you see, the things that you have not, everything that lies within the borders of the mist belongs to Strahd. The skies above, and he points to the skies above, to the ground beneath your feet, Everything that you see, he sees. Everything that you interact with was either created or belongs to him, and he was given ownership of. He controls the mists, or the fog, and those that he choose as fit to pass the fog, save himself, are able to travel through it.
Well, who you said it was created and or given to him? Who created it or gave it to him? Do you know?
You will, similar to when you asked about his second in command, you will see almost kind of like he kind of looks up like he's looking for lightning to strike him down type thing. Those are entities which we do not speak of. All we know of them as the dark powers. They are the ones that gave the Dark Lord Strahd his dominion over this realm.
Do they make appearances every now and then?
He laughs almost like a belly laugh. No, friend. Evil deities such as that seldom make appearances for the common man.
Are there temples of worship or anything for these deities?
The only one that would worship something such as that would be Strahd himself.
Okay.
Is there
In fact, you can almost see like he almost visibly shudders just even talking about them. Almost kind of like the Voldemort, like the ones we do.
Yeah.
Is there any chance I would know anything about this religiously, or is this just not even on our radar?
No. Make a religion check. Right. This would kind of perk up Droot's ears. Yeah. I mean, you are familiar with and since Carrick's there as well, Carrick would have spent all his time in libraries. Carrick would understand some of this that this guy seems to be speaking of vaguely, but whether this particular guy is speaking like this because of just lack of knowledge on the subject or because he's genuinely hesitant to talk about this kind of stuff, both of you would be able to probably put this together in that obviously he's referring to a plane that is not a part of the normal plane of existence, and that these dark powers that he's talking about are many of the type of deities and things of that sort that predate all history. Things like the Morning Lord, the demi-plane of dread, Lathander, who is the Morning Lord. References to the Shadowfell and things like that. These would be basically, we're talking about the beings that created the worlds themselves.
Gotcha.
I think Mark is on or trying to get on.
Yeah, he's on. I had to reconnect to get him.
Okay. There he is.
Here I am.
Here you are. There's Barovia. As far as this darkness is concerned, I guess this would be Baron speaking since I was here.
Oh, let me refresh it. Good day, Mark.
Hey.
Is that like a physical fog? Like if you go into that fog, it's going to physically affect you?
Are you asking in general, does it affect everybody, or are you asking if it affects him?
No, me. If I walked into it, it would physically affect me. In which way?
Oh, it's different. It's different for the individual. It would be hard for me to speak of it because the fog does not affect us.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
How convenient.
But that's the same fog that we've already been affected by, right?
So I would assume.
Yeah, he says that, did you say that out loud or were you asking the group?
Yeah, I was asking that out loud
Okay.
to the group, I guess.
The group, gotcha, okay.
So, okay, out of character, I guess, or Carrie can say this out loud. So this Barovia Valley was once a part of the prime material plane, and then the domains of the dark powers created it to punish Dark Lord Strahd.
Mm-hmm.
That's correct. I mean, that's Eric putting that together.
Yep.
And so now, so as a consequence, the whole village and area was brought here as well.
Yep.
And so people still live here.
Yep. So you would, yeah, and that would be a very legitimate question to ask this guy, and he kind of sees, yes, you hit the nail on the head. And he'll tell you, he says there's roughly 3,000 people that live in the valley.
And 5.
I didn't hear what he said.
He said, and 5, 3,005.
Oh, I thought there were 6 of y'all.
So that might be 6.
Well, I'm not staying here 5. You can say 5. I've got business back on the school.
Hey, Mark, I had thrown them up on the screen and in your journal when you weren't here. I forgot to do it last session. Under your cast of characters, I threw a couple people as well as a couple locations. And Jack, I believe, was asking where Strahd lived. And so you should find that in your journal as well.
Okay.
Oh, so not only was whoever the god that stole this land and made a prison out of it, but it used to belong to the Morning Lord.
Yeah, that's kind of the history that he'll give you.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Well, if it's late night or late afternoon, should we head south towards the town?
Unless these guys want to take us to the edge of the forest.
They certainly can. If they're willing.
Maybe someone persuasive could ask them.
What are you doing?
Do we want to camp here or do we want to?
It's room time.
I don't know about y'all's spells, but
Oh yeah, I'm pretty hit.
I mean,
Maybe they can take us in the morning.
Y'all decide real quick. My incredible drink has run dry. I'm gonna go get another one.
Hey, do we know how far town is from here? Is it like a mile away or is it like 12 miles?
That's a good question. Yeah, no, I'm definitely out of cells. Well, I mean, I'm running low.
yeah.
I mean, it's coming up on dark time. We just got to decide where to camp. Here or away from here.
I said we camp here. There's already a fire.
Okay.
Yes, I agree.
In a hut. Can we do a hut? If we can do the tiny hut, that'd be.
Oh yeah, no, we can always do the hut
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, it's a ritual.
Yeah.
Nasty spells.
Got it. It just takes 10 minutes, 11 minutes.
Yeah, so we can camp here. No offense to these folks.
Just, man, it's just as simple as them walking us to the edge of the forest, and let's just do that.
Hey, how about this tavern I just finished?
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. I
No,
saw.
that's cool.
Look, you got a little
You got a
foliage on the side.
Yeah, you got some weeds growing on it. You need some lawn care.
Yeah.
Perfect for your road to climb up.
Perfect for what?
Your road to climb.
No, honestly, I just wanted everybody to see these folks if they're not bothered by everybody. Hey, Jimmy, get a bigger chair.
Bigger chair?
Yeah.
I don't think that's a chair.
Yeah, I know. It's a joke.
Says the man on the bed.
Oh yeah, definitely. Got a bed.
No, I finally moved into my little office space because
Nice.
my wife cleaned it all up during quarantine.
So what do y'all want to do? Camp and leave?
Hey, so I missed the first part of the session when we were battling it out for the book, like dealing for the book, you know? So he's just trying to test us. What happened there?
That's it.
So he didn't want the book?
He wants the book.
No, he still wants it. I just didn't give it to him. He didn't kill us or anything.
Well,
He
says we can't leave.
his intention is to kill us, but probably to test us first.
Okay, so we're trying to find a way out of here is what we're trying to do.
Correct.
except I'm charmed and like him now.
Not after this long rest.
But as of right now, I am.
Yeah.
He charmed you?
Yeah, he charmed me.
Dude.
Yeah, the
You
vampire.
gotta not get charmed, bro.
Right.
I keep getting charmed by vampires. I just love them.
It's his weakness.
They're a mortal enemy, but God, I love them.
That's funny.
But didn't he invite us to his castle or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think you can go there. Charm.
No, he instructed him to take it to the village
Yeah.
instead of, fighting it.
Well, y'all all know what I wanted to do. Our parent wanted to do. So.
What, go to the village?
Huh?
No, Baron wanted to fight him right there.
Fight him right there. I wanted to fight him. I wasn't even there. I wanted to fight him.
But so yeah, I'm charmed. So my vote's gonna be go to the village because that's what he told me to do.
Well, we're gonna rest first. Okay.
Yeah, but not to be. Would we know Jim Mick's charmed?
Yeah.
Yeah, I started saying I love vampires. I think y'all know something's up.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Anytime the paladin who hates vampires says he loves vampires, I think
Something's
Yeah.
something's wrong. Something's up.
Yeah. Plus, y'all seen this before.
Yeah. Day one, we saw this.
There was a whole boat ride, where this happened.
Yeah, we had a whole conversation about fixing the route. So.
Let's see here. Boom. All right. So what did y'all decide?
I think a long rest in tiny hut.
Yeah, I'm going to ask the guys if they mind if we camp with them tonight.
Oh, absolutely. Please make yourself at home. What is ours is yours. Feel free to set up whatever type of tents or bags that you have, and stay near the fire.
How far away is the village?
The village, let's see, let me go to this map and I can tell you. Let's see here. 1 square, quarter per mile. Let's see here. The most direct route. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 3 miles. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. He says roughly 4.5 to 5 miles if you head due south to the main road and then follow that to the village.
Is that the safest route?
That's the safest. It's not the most direct, but it's the safest.
And how far are we from the edge of the valley?
He says, "Oh, you're on the easternmost edge of the valley."
If we took a direct route, how close would it be? We're like just to draw a straight line.
If you took the most direct route, it would be cut off 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You'd cut off about 2.5 miles, so it'd be about 2.5 miles to the village of Rugby. That takes you all. He kind of looks at you and said that would take you through the heart of the Smolich woods.
Yeah.
All right, so
You gonna do camp here? Or
I guess we can stay here. We're staying here.
yeah, we're staying here.
All right. Gary's gonna pull out his bedroll and sit on it and start casting tiny hut.
Tiny hut. All right. Well, I guess at this point, I guess I need to ask just to make sure: are Grim and the Lion making camp outside of the camp? Because at this point, I haven't seen them come in.
No, we'll make our way in with some lame excuse of
Oh, okay.
how we got lost and we were lucky to find our way here.
yeah, one guy has one eye, one has half a brain. Yeah.
I just knew that y'all were staying out there as kind of watching stuff. I didn't want to assume that y'all were coming in.
We were tapping all the trees to make sure none of them came alive.
That's actually an honest excuse there. All right, so again, you'll I guess kind of congregate wherever you're going to set up your tent. These Vistani are going to continue their festivities or their enjoyment of the peace and quiet of the under the darkness of the sky. That again, it continues to kind of rage as far as thunder and lightning, but at no point has it ever started raining. So they are enjoying themselves. They continue to drink. What's up, Roland? Continue to drink, and the dancers, the ladies, continue to dance for the individuals there. I'm assuming all of y'all retreat to your tents, or to the tent. Excuse me, the tiny hut.
Yeah, when we get in the tent, I'm gonna look at everybody and be like, hey, do we want one of us to stay up, rotate or something with these?
Yeah, I'll rotate.
I'll rotate with you.
Yeah, you can go with me. And then I only need like 6 hours or whatever, 4 hours.
Yeah, we can keep a watch inside the hut.
Oh yeah, I guess we can keep a watch inside the hut, can't we?
Yeah, because you can see through.
We can see out.
We can see out. Yeah.
I can't see in though.
Yeah, I don't need a long rest.
Everybody takes like an hour shift or something.
Yeah, we'll do that.
2 hours.
Right.
just as a point of order, before Carrick settles in for his meditation, he's going to pull out his iron stone and he's going to cast shield into it 3 times and put it back in his bag.
Okay. So y'all will now the ones that are kind of being on watch are y'all are just kind of just staying awake inside the tent, right?
Yeah.
Just looking out, having
We're
a
just
fun.
kind of
You want to
rotating
take
every
Who
hour.
wants first watch?
I got first watch.
I'll take that.
Okay. As y'all kind of, I guess, just give me a point of reference as I make these rolls and stuff, because there's a myriad of, I've got a table here. Where is your tiny hut at?
We'll go right here beside the main guys.
Okay. Gotcha.
Do we know which tent is the main guy's tent?
Yes, this guy. This is the one that.
That's when he came out of when I walked
Yeah,
in.
well, that's great. When Ivor approached, he was the first one up, and he started talking to this gentleman right here who called for Andre, and him and the lady came out of this tent right here.
And I'm going to telepathically tell R2 to go post up in this tree over here and stay on watch all night.
All right. So y'all will kind of settle down for the night, and as I kind of described, this group of rowdy Vistani will continue their festivities. They don't necessarily try to keep it down since y'all have kind of retreated. They do kind of, you'll see from the inside, several of them give surprised looks like while they may be veterans of the forest and the many things that they have seen, they're not used to seeing people disappear into invisible tents. So you will notice from inside the tent that several kind of look and point like, did you get a load of that? And they will continue to, for several hours into the night, continue to party and drink and tell stories. And the ladies, again, continue to dance. And after roughly another 2 hours of this, you'll notice that the kind of the jolly goings on seem to kind of start to die down. They have stopped stoking flames. They have stopped adding any timber to it, and you will see that several of them have retreated to various tents that are, let's see here, that are around the encampment. The one that Ivor first met will go over and say something that he's going to bed. You'll be kind of what appears to be just normal talk, and he will enter this particular tent. And after a little while longer, you will see the remaining individuals all kind of walk to their tents, including the leader, Andre, who had sat down and watched the jolly goings on. Him and his female companion will do the same. They will eventually. Oh, hold on. Sorry, Ivor. I wasn't trying to move your token. It was caught with the others. I'm trying to see into the. There we go. So at that point, you'll notice that everyone's kind of gone to their tents, and they the fire will eventually die down to just glowing embers, and you will be the campsite itself will almost be bathed in dark, and there'll be fine silence as several hours go by. At this point, Another couple hours have gone by. So at this point, 4 hours have gone by, and so I don't know what y'all shifts were.
Yeah, I mean, probably 4 to 6 hours, whatever.
Okay. So this again, this would be around roughly the 4 hour mark since y'all arrived and kind of settled in for the evening. We'll look up from the tent again. It's difficult for y'all having no particular specific time or point of reference. Just the fact that it was early evening, late afternoon when y'all arrived. The sky still seems perpetually dark and overcast with the occasional bolt of lightning and peal of thunder. It appears to be almost no different than it was before. But as y'all kind of continue to say there, who are my people on current watch?
Right now, I think it's Baron and Ivor, right? Ivor?
Yep.
Okay. All right, both of y'all need to rule for perception.
All right, let me get my character sheet up. Perception.
11D.
All right. As far as y'all can tell, that everything seems to be fine. Y'all don't notice anything that seems SOS flares as far as urgent business. The camp remains quiet. And
Has the leader of this group already gone into his tent?
Yeah.
yes. At this point, the campsite is completely quiet.
All right.
Did you need a wake-up call?
I'll wait until my watch.
All right, your watch. I'm tired.
Yeah, these twos are but this D4 likes these twos. So another 2 hours roll by. So you're approximately 6 hours into this long rest. And have we changed shifts?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take over. I'll take Baron's spot so you can get some sleep.
Yeah, I'll set with Darut.
All right. So
Unless I need to stay up with anybody else.
No, you're tagged. I'm going to sleep.
all right. So at some point, y'all have kind of tagged in and out, and Darut and Grim are currently on watch. Everybody can. I say everybody. Those particular two can roll for perception.
My passive's a 19. I don't know if that's
Yeah, yours is the one I remember most out of anybody because I know yours is. I think yours is the highest.
It's gotta be.
And so, yeah, I always measure yours by the 19. You don't. Let's put it this way: you don't see anything, but you also hear nothing.
I don't hear anything.
You hear nothing. Like not even the wild, like the sounds of what you would consider ambient noise in the forest.
Would I know is it due to us being in this tent or is it?
I think y'all can hear through the tent.
Yeah, I think so. It doesn't block sound.
All right. Well, I just want to try something real quick. I think.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull out the glass eye that I bought.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast clairvoyance. I'm gonna put that invisible sensor inside Homeboy's tent. And I want to listen 10 minutes.
All right. Let's see here. Create invisible since within range. I don't know if all right. Let's see if there are no rolls or anything. You will hear dead silence.
Okay. while we're in there, I want to send a message to the priest back in the one that resurrected the root.
Okay.
And tell him that we have made our way into the woods, and this mist has transported us to our current location. And just kind of, in 25 words or less, say we have met Strahd, and that's where we're at currently.
Okay. A few moments, a few seconds will go by, and then you will receive a response. First, you will hear what sounds to be a chuckle and a laugh. And then you will receive the message back that says, "Met me you have, meet me you will again. Enjoy your rest."
Huh. Well, the rest of my sleep's not going to go well.
So with that, something that's never happened before has now occurred. You received a response from someone that you did not send the message to.
That was their Enigma cipher. They decoded my Enigma.
All right. Any other?
I'll relay that message to Root and be like, "Hey, listen, I don't hear shit, and I can't talk to anybody." So,
Do you think I should step outside the hut and see check the camp?
I mean, just stick your head out, and I'll pull you back in if your body goes limp.
I'll step outside and just kind of look around and see if I notice anything unusual in the camp.
All right. Drew kind of very cautiously steps out of the tent. Are you are you doing so like trying to be, I guess we'd say quote unquote stealthily, or are you just kind of throwing that tarp across and announcing your presence?
Well, I would say, I mean, I assume people are sleeping, so I don't want to wake them, but I'm not necessarily trying to sneak, if that makes sense.
Gotcha. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, you'll just kind of very carefully kind of step out of the tent, minding the fact that there's a group of people all hitting the snooze button, and you will see, obviously in more vivid detail, because I don't know exactly how opaque or what kind of HD quality from inside the tent you get. But you'll kind of see the same thing, that the fire has kind of died down to just very soft glowing embers. You will notice the same thing that Grim relayed to you, and that is the absence of sound. You don't hear wildlife or even the wind or anything blowing through the tree limbs. It's almost as if someone hit the mute button on the sound.
Okay, I want to quietly kind of whisper to myself, but loud enough that I would be able to hear it and just say, "Hello?" Just to see if I can hear my own voice.
Hello, me. You do not.
I do not hear my own voice. All right, now I'm going to go back inside the tent, and I'm going to relay that to Grim. I'm like, "Hey, I stepped outside, and I tried to speak, but I couldn't even hear my own voice when I tried to speak."
I mean, do you normally hear your own voice when you speak?
And do you hate the way you sound?
I mean, I hear it in my head, but when
I mean, there's literally no sound out there at all.
did I hear him say anything when he stuck his head out?
You did not.
Yeah, I didn't hear you say anything either. Hold on a second. I'm going to cast thaumaturgy outside the tent, like a howling wolf.
Okay. You will do that, and no one will hear anything.
Yep.
Okay, then I'm gonna go back outside the hut, and I just want to, since there's no sound, I just want to kind of peek in one of the tents to see if the people are still in there sleeping.
Okay. All right. Which tent are you approaching?
I'll go to this main one, the one closest to us.
I'm sorry.
This
Okay,
one.
all right. So you will. Gotcha. I see. I see where you moved your token. All right. So you will pull back the tarp that's kind of hanging loose, and you will see what appears to be an empty tent.
Okay, I'm gonna come back in and tell Grim that.
All right.
Hey, Grim,
before you
check
do
the
that,
tent.
before you do that, I want you to roll perception.
Okay. No.
Okay. You just walk back into the tent.
Okay. So I'm
So,
gonna go back in.
Archie's been this whole time on watch.
Do I?
Mm-hmm.
Has she seen anything?
She has not seen. She's seen the same things that you have seen. The people retreat to their tent, the fire burn down, and then Grim, not Grim, Droop come in and out of the tent on two separate occasions, and that's kind of what R2 has seen. But
So I'm just gonna tell Grim, hey,
but R2 has a bit of a bit more, I guess, perception at this point than Jarut. So have R2 roll for perception.
18.
Oh, okay. And where is I see physically where R2 is as far as related to the map, but where exactly in the tree?
Sitting on a tree branch.
Okay. Specifically height of the tree. Where at? Obviously that's a loaded question, so that kind of gives some of it away.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, not the very top. I told her to keep watch on the camp, so I assume she'd be, 15, 20 feet up over the camp, looking down.
Okay. And she rolled an 18.
Mm-hmm.
She is going to notice with an 18. She's going to notice that it appears to be a slightly obscured line of sight of the sky. Almost like it's kind of fuzzy.
was Kirk awake?
Yeah, I mean, I only need 4 hours to meditate, so.
I think when is Carrick not awake?
Yeah. I would be 4 hours. I get a long rest of 4 hours. Me and Jack both, so.
Yep.
Jack and I.
It's been
Okay, so I'll go back to the tent.
I only need a short
I'm gonna go
rest.
back in the tent and I'm gonna, everybody who's awake, hey, something's definitely up. There's no sound out there. I didn't see the leader in his tent. I'm gonna kind of assume that probably the rest are missing as well, but something's definitely amiss here.
Okay.
I'm just gonna tell them. I'm just gonna kind of say, "Well, y'all wake me up when you hear something." So
I love Ivor. He's going back to dreaming of his wife, but
We can hear each other talking in the hut.
yes.
I'm hanging out with Ivor in the hut. Y'all deal with that shit.
I tell you what, let's do this. I don't know if that would be history or where's my freaking binder?
yeah, as Jarut walks back in, he's gonna hear me finishing up a joke and be like, "And I said wrecked him. Hell, we damn near killed him."
Sorry, that's in here.
Yeah.
Hold on. I want to make sure we do the right shit.
I'm still gonna be asleep. Probably cut it up next to the champion. The lion.
The champion.
The two-time. That's what we call them.
The two-time champion.
Let me. the people that are awake, again, it's I've rolled 3 times, so we're 6 hours into this 8-hour rest. The people that are up, I believe it's Baron, no, excuse me, not Baron, Carrick, Droot, and Grim, correct?
Mhm.
Jack, are you awake?
I think so. Didn't Drew say he woke everybody up, tell them that what was going on?
Okay, yeah.
No, I said just
Oh, well, then
whoever
no. If
was
he didn't
awake.
wake everybody up, I guess I'm still asleep.
Whoever he woke up, except for Ivor, who said, "Screw this, let me know when something eventful's happening."
Yeah,
Um,
when y'all hear
also-
something, let me know.
Baron and the champion, the lion, are still asleep.
Okay, everyone that's awake, make intelligence checks.
Oh gosh.
Is that still a disadvantage?
Droot is holding his form, tried and true.
Absolutely, 100%.
I'm doing worse.
I mean,
All right, 13, and Jack, you did say that he had kind of you were awake when he mentioned this, right? You didn't go back to sleep.
I don't think I ever got woken up, so I think I'm still sleeping through all that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, whoever was already awake, I relayed to them.
All right. We're going to say Carrick. He has the highest one. Let's see what he. You're going to kind of based upon what Droot has relayed to you, as far as there being no sound outside peculiarly, and then the fact that y'all can hear each other when you're inside the tent. You're going to kind of recall recent events. That the last time that y'all had an odd occurrence with the environment, aka maybe the mist or the fog, when it passed through, the effects that you were feeling from being in it and breathing it in did not occur when you were in the tent. As well as you'll piece that together with the fact that R2 has kind of relayed to you that the sky above is kind of slightly or partially obscured by this kind of hazy vision line of sight that she has. That's kind of the 2 pieces of information that you're going to kind of recall and remember with your intelligence and say that might kind of explain what's going on vaguely. Anyone else going to do anything?
I'm asleep.
I'm gonna roll back over the other way.
All right. What? Damn, 2 every freaking time. All right, and let's see here. All right.
is the sky still obscured or whatever?
Well, that was what I was looking at. That is.
I would like to send the bird up.
All right.
To look more closely.
All right, as the bird kind of receives your willing, forceful, I don't know, whatever you use it, message, command, mental telepathy, whatever the heck that is that you do with this bird, she's going to kind of take off toward, higher up into the trees, kind of flop. You want to kind of send her skyward. Is that what you said?
Yeah, break the tree line, take a look up there to see what's going on with the sky.
She is going to see what appears to be, as she flies upward, coming down to meet her, what appears to be this hazy fog or mist. And I guess you can tell me what you want her to do.
The fog is within the forest or in the sky?
It's in the sky, descending on the forest from above.
Does it look like the same fog that we saw on the edges?
Yes.
I guess I would call her back to me.
All right. Well, she'll swing a J turn and come on flying back down. Either as she come to the tree or to the tent.
Yeah, I'll bring her. I'll just send her to the pocket plane.
All right, to the pocket plane she goes. All right. So as you kind of snap her to your pocket dimension, You will see as y'all finish successfully without any interruptions, your total of 8 hours of rest. And as everyone kind of wakes up, you will be again refreshed and everything that you needed refilled without any interruptions has occurred. But as y'all kind of wake up and kind of stretch your arms and stuff, just as this 8 hours comes to conclusion, Carrick is going to relay to the group what R2 has seen, and y'all will look above, and you will see exactly what R2 kind of had described to you. You will see this fog that has descended from the sky. And as it kind of comes down onto you into the tent, or not into the tent, but like around the tent, you will kind of, from the inside of this tent, you will see it thickly roll over and in between all of the tents and go into the physical tent, not yours, but the other tents in the camp. As was before, it almost looks like it has some weight to it. The mist itself will extinguish the embers, and you'll see smoke come up from the fireplace. Or not the fireplace, but you know what I mean, the campsite. And you will see that the camp is now completely covered in this mist and this fog.
Tiny hut's gone. I mean, is the tiny hut gone? We done with that?
No, we're in the tiny hut.
We are.
We're still in the tiny hut.
It lasts for 8 hours.
Could you cast it again inside the tiny hut? Could you cast the tiny hut in the tiny hut?
Yeah, if I knew exactly when the 8 hours was up, I could start casting it again.
But it'd still take 11 minutes though, huh?
Yeah.
If we started casting
I
it
guess if I-
7 hours and 49 minutes.
I'll give you the opportunity if you'd like. I mean, again, y'all have been kind of taking shifts, and it's only fair. I mean, you would have been on, DEF CON at least 2 or 3 here, based on the fact that Jarut has reported odd things going on as far as no sound outside the tent. What R2 saw, and the fact that he kind of looked at the other tents and everyone is gone, and then Grim cast Thunderwave without a sound. But I'd give you the opportunity, absolutely, if you wanted to, as a precaution, cast it, and you would Carrick would know that his spell is coming to an end.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll start the process to cast it again.
Okay.
I recognize this fog is the same fog that made us all have disadvantage.
Yeah, absolutely. That's
I was
only fair.
exhausted after 2 rolls.
Actually, I'm not at disadvantage. I'll save myself.
I'll be right back. 1 second. My kids are
So,
being loud.
Okay. Yeah, that's only fair. So again, as a precaution, Carrick, all this information that you've gathered from the reports from Droot and Grim, and your own eyes through R2, you would have taken the precautions. So Carrick will begin it's a ritual, right?
Yeah.
Begin the ritual again for casting Tiny Hut in the same spot, and we'll say you did it, roughly 20, 30 minutes before that expired, with plenty of time to give. So as you cast that one, the previous Tiny Hut will kind of disappears, and maybe roughly a couple inches smaller, but still big enough for everybody, including the lion. You will find yourself in a fresh Tiny Hut.
Looks like we're spending the day here, boys.
I want to send the lion out and see if anything happens to him. But I feel like we know the answer.
Yeah. Hey, True Tom, I need you to step out and go see who's in that tent over there. Let me know what's what.
All right. So the lion is going to again abide by the order from his. What are you to him?
I'm just a friendly face.
I know, but you seem like so much more.
I mean, they cast Gaius on it, didn't he?
No, he's got 30 days. That's a long time, brother.
How many days is it?
30.
30. Oh wow! So just out of morbid curiosity, after 30 days, I know he's alive, but does he kind of say to himself, I'm my own man now," or?
It's up to him at that point whether
He's he's friendly to him.
it depends on how he had been treated in the interim. If he's, did we just abuse him? He'll remember everything that happened during that time. But
I'd say technically he's really still his own man now. He just has to obey commands given to him.
I got you. Y'all haven't mistreated or anything like that. If anything, it was great. Y'all brought him back to life, so he's obviously very happy. I just was curious. I wasn't sure of the spell itself.
Yeah, no, he can do it. He has his own free will, but if he does anything opposed to what I direct him to do, he will suffer the consequences.
All right. Anyway, like I said, I was just curious. Y'all, so y'all will kind of watch as the lion exits the tiny hut. As he does so, again, this fog is extremely thick. You are able to, it's heavily obscured vision, but you are able to see his silhouette through this fog. As he does so, you're gonna kind of see him kind of trying to swipe and get it away, almost like it's a swarm of bees or something. Like you can tell it's physically affecting him, and he will grab both sides of his head and kind of fall to his knees and begin screaming.
I'm gonna go out and grab him.
Yeah, I want to try to pull him in.
Yeah, I'll go grab him with Drew, drag him back in.
Okay. So he had been instructed to go check the tent, right?
I'll just tell him to come back, man. As soon as I do this.
Yeah, if we see him suffering, I'm gonna try to reach out and grab him.
Okay. All right. And all right. So you're gonna step out to grab him.
Yeah, if I see him suffering.
Okay. Oh yeah, he's definitely given the appearance of suffering. Absolutely. So,
Yeah.
Droot will step out of the tiny hut and grab the giant lion by the scruff of his neck and try to pull him back in. As you do so, it'll be easier to explain to you since you've stepped out, since you're a real person and the lion is not. You are going to be hit with this physical, almost like compression to your chest. It's going to become incredibly hard to breathe, and at the same time, you are almost going to have a moment where you almost black out, and you have this vision of one of the most horrific images that you've ever seen in your life. You will see. Imagine what is the worst thing that Droot could imagine.
Gotcha. I don't know, probably where we are, the demi-plane we're at. Probably.
Okay, then you will see.
Everything's unnatural and dead and an abomination.
Okay, then that's what you will see. You will have these rampant, fast, almost 100 miles an hour visions of these horrible abominations and visions of this plane. And I'm going to need you to. I'm going to need Droot and the lion to both make Constitution saves. You got to beat a 20.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so close.
Ooh.
The lion gets a +3 though.
But he wins anyway.
Nice.
You don't get your own +3?
Yeah, that's counting the +3.
Oh, okay. All right. You will successfully grab him and pull him back in. As he does so, the group will see that the lion is able to kind of regain his breath and kind of stand back up, and he's going to embrace Droot, thanking him. But as he tries to do that, he will see that Droot has continued to be racked with these pains and almost like a hyperventilating demeanor, and he'll also kind of be grabbing both sides of his heads. At this point, you will suffer 1 level of exhaustion, Drew.
Gotcha.
And I also need for you to roll a D100.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna lay my hands on him and say, "You'll be all right, brother." To no effect.
A 60. All right. You have suffered a short-term affliction of madness.
Ooh. So does that mean the charm is worn off?
The what?
Does that mean I'm not charmed anymore?
The charm would have worn off.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, your charm. Yeah, your charm is worn off.
It's worn off.
Well, it was 24 hours, so I wasn't sure.
Oh, that's right. It hadn't been 24 hours yet.
I thought it was a long rest would have taken it, but
Let me say. Let me go into Strahd's thing.
if
Strahd
it is, somebody look it up.
His is not the spell. His is an ability. His is a bit.
Oh, I
different.
gotcha. It could have been.
Yeah, let me see.
Certainly different.
Let's see.
Well, would this constitute a saving throw against it?
Oh, no, your saving throw is the Constitution saving throw.
But I'm saying against the charm.
Oh, against the charm. Let's see. Hold on. Actually, one second.
If so, I rolled a 28.
Hold on 1 second. Let me. Hold on. My book. Where's my other book? Oh, I got it right here. So much information everywhere. I'm glad you said that because I almost forgot.
I just want to be fair.
No, yeah. Let me first pull up his to answer that question. Let's see here. I got to find his token. Holy crap, where is he at? There we go, named NPCs. Strahd. All right, the charm, let's see, DC 22, wisdom saving throw. The charm target regards Strahd as a trusted friend. Target isn't under Strahd's control, but it takes Strahd's request. Each time Strahd is committing any harm to him. All right. Only thing it says anytime Strahd or his companions do anything harmful to the target, which would be you could repeat the saving throw.
Okay.
Otherwise, it lasts for 24 hours or until Strahd is destroyed.
Yeah.
24 hours.
So, yep. All right. So that answers that question. Now for the madness.
So I'm mad and charmed.
Actually, you might not be mad. I'm looking for it. All right, this is an intelligence save. So the exhaustion is the exhaustion is the Constitution save. The madness is an intelligence save.
15.
That's the best I'll ever roll for intelligence.
It was the same DC for the fog. It's a 20s. All right, so you rolled a what was that? A 60?
15.
No, I'm talking about for the D100.
Yeah, 60.
All right. So let me roll this. Let's see here. Short term is D110.
Oh, shit.
D10. Oh, that's fine. You're good. For only 1 minute, you would have been. Let's see here. You would have used your action on each round to attack the nearest creature, regardless of who it was.
Okay, but that only lasts for a minute?
Only lasts for a minute. It was a short term.
Okay.
So you're
Well,
good.
that's good at least.
Yep. So the most detrimental thing was the level of exhaustion. But as they kind of pull you in and kind of get you to come to grips to what's where you're at, what's going on, you only feel that just oppressive feeling of exhaustion. But you're able to kind of shake off the bad image, the bad vision that you had, and after about 60 seconds, you were able to kind of get your mind right.
Cool.
All right, so now y'all have got everybody back in the tent.
Awesome.
So after I kind of come to my wits, I'll be like, guys, do not go out in that fog. Do not go out in that fog.
Well, what about R2? R2 is good.
She
He
just
went to a pocket.
took her away.
Took her away. And the gypsies are gone.
As far as Drew was able to see when he looked in the tent, correct? The tent that he looked in was empty. And prior to that, Grimm had cast clairvoyance, and there had been no sound coming from the.
So we can see out of this tiny hut and look to the south, and what do we see to the south?
As of right now, you see fog everywhere.
We were told to head to the south, right?
Right, correct. But as of right now, like I said, all you see in all directions is the fog.
I'm gonna go my dog.
Well, guys, over here, I'm just going to kind of lay down while we're waiting this fog out and kind of just rest while we're waiting here.
Okay.
right.
It's always dark outside?
Yeah, it's heavily obscured. You can't even see. You can see roughly about 10 to 15 feet, and that's about it. This is a very thick mist or fog as it kind of swirls around the tiny hut and around and in and out of all the other tents that are around the campfire. About an hour just rolled. About an hour passed, and the fog has not.
Can I ask Jarud a question?
Sure. Yeah.
Did it get you when you breathed in, or how did that affect you?
As soon as I stepped out, man, it was like the fog was a strong force kind of on my chest. It kind of took my breath away, honestly. And then I just began to see kind of images flash in my mind. It's the best I can recall from that. It happened very quickly.
That would be an 100% accurate description. It happened immediately upon stepping into the fog.
As an half orc, right? Or an orc,
Yeah.
Whatever.
Half work, yeah.
Yeah. So he couldn't tell if it had anything to do with his breathing or him being. Because obviously these guys are not affected, right? Or they're gone.
Oh yeah, are you asking him or me?
No, I'm asking him.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're asking me if.
Yeah. I mean, obviously they've never been affected by anything out here. So.
Yeah, I looked in the one tent and the leader was gone. I kind of assumed the same for the others. I didn't check the other tents, but
Yeah. Okay. Well, they've already told us they've never been affected by any of this. So.
Yeah.
Eyes on the magic users, I guess.
All right, let's see here.
So
If you'll kind of talk about this. There we go. Okay. All right. Now, so 1, 1, and 2. Roughly another 4 hours have passed. So, as y'all kind of sit there and wait this fog out, y'all will begin to notice it has begun to dissipate, and as it does so, it seems to be almost like a vacuum cleaner. See, oh, is it the whole thing? Oh, shoot. It's not supposed to be the whole thing. Okay. Whoops. Okay. That is not what I wanted to happen. Anybody got an idea how to select something on the actual? Let me move. Let's see here.
You can move it to the front or back.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to do. Try to back. Let's see if I can. Nope, that didn't work. All right. Well, we'll have to. That fog is so big. It's overlapped the actual map token itself.
Yeah, we're just pretty like it's not there.
So yeah, we'll just pretend it's not there. So you will begin to notice that the fog begins to dissipate, and almost like a vacuum cleaner is retreating north. As you do that, I guess just for effect, since there is still some fog on the screen, we'll say that there's almost like a morning dew or morning fog on the ground itself that it kind of leaves behind. But you're able to see above maybe roughly 3 inches off the ground, 3 or 4 inches, 3 to 6 inches off the ground. It'll kind of retreat to the north, and you will kind of have clear skies again. I say clear skies. It's
Yeah. So the lion is, I guess, going to go up there.
Yeah.
Canary in the coal mine.
I'm going to try something real quick. Let's see here. Nobody click on anything just yet. I'm going to try to. Yeah, hold on. Nobody. Oh, it took the whole freaking. Oh well. Oh well. I guess there's no fixing that.
That's fine. We can make it up.
Yeah.
We'll abide by the rules.
So anyway, well, no, it'd just be easier to see. So y'all will kind of do that, and the fog will kind of recess to the north, and as you kind of hold tight in Tiny Hut, you will send. You said you're sending the lion back out.
That's up to Graham.
Yeah,
But
he'll go out and check it out.
Okay. The lion will kind of step out of the tiny hut.
I'm just going to kind of look over and go, I swear to God, if he says it looks clear.
Looks clear, guys.
All right. Have him roll a perception check.
I'm going to shoot him myself if he says it looks clear.
he'll do that. And he's got way too many hit points. we got no time for this.
21.
Oh,
20.
perfect. He would say, "Looks clear, guys." Actually, with that, what he's going to see is he's just going to see besides this dewish mist or remnants of the fog that have kind of retained hovering over the ground that you're again maybe only comes to shin level. He'll see the occasional wisp of mist or smoke that kind of wafts by, but it does appear that the fog itself has kind of passed by, and you'll kind of see him, hit his head as if kind of like he's kind of got like a foggy head, but he doesn't appear to be in any physical anguish or physical pain.
All right, I'm just gonna step out.
Yeah.
And outside.
I'll step out as well. Start heading south.
Before when I step out, I'm gonna walk right over to that other tent and see if there's anything valuable in there.
True. Good idea.
Okay. All right. You'll step over to the tent, and as you do so, you'll kind of pull it back, and it is empty as if no one has ever been there.
So there's no gear, no nothing there?
Nothing. It is besides a mat on the ground, there appears to be no food, no drink, no equipment, no nothing.
Flipping gypsies. All right.
Hey, just saying, if we chilled for like another 2 hours, I probably wouldn't be exhausted anymore.
You went back to sleep?
I'm laid down. I might actually be asleep. But as long as there's no action or no strenuous activity for 6 hours, it can count as a long rest.
Yeah, we can walk. That's not strenuous, is it?
I don't know.
I'll carry some of your stuff.
That's all right. We'll go.
Did that get rid of the fog?
Yeah,
I never saw the fog.
I haven't seen
Yeah,
it.
I saw it pop up for a minute, but
Boy, I tell you what, this is. I'm telling you, I got to give another kudos to Trevor. I don't know how you came on this. It was on the GM layer.
no, I saw the fog.
I must have accidentally moved it from the map to there. So here I am trying to move the fog around to give you a visual representation, and the whole time I'm the only one that could see it.
I saw it for about maybe 10 seconds.
Okay, well, I just removed it, so now I can see the board clearly now.
Yeah, just keep
I
it.
was about to say, whatever.
That's perfect, man. I appreciate no one saying, what the hell are you talking about, Jerry? There's no fog.
Well, I'm just theater than that. Theater than that.
Yeah, no, I had a big old token of fog that covered the whole map, and I've seen it, but I thought it was on the map layer, not my GM layer.
It was on. I think it was on.
Delete that token.
Yeah.
So all right, we're all good. So I can see clearly now. The rain is gone.
There you go.
Sorry, I'm gonna bail out.
The Ivor.
Go to bed.
All right.
I'll see y'all.
All right, buddy.
All right, man.
Oh, say. All right. Well, that's a shame.
Yeah, who's picking up Jack? I guess Trevor.
Brandon can pick him up.
Yeah, Brandon.
Brandon.
All right. So as y'all, Ivor kind of checks out the tent and kind of turns and says, if I remember, it says the damn gypsies to the group, verifying that there's nothing there. You will all, as you step out of the tent, and as Ivor goes and does this, you'll all kind of see the same things that the lion yelled back to Grim, which you are able to hear at this point. And that is, it appears that there's just a low lying level of mist or fog about shin level. And occasionally you see, as the wind kind of goes through the trees and through the camp, the occasional almost like misty smoke that kind of passes you by. Everybody needs to make Constitution saves. This is half of that. You only got to beat a 10.
We're still in the fog?
It's just the remnants of it.
Everybody gets a +3 for me.
Is this a saving throw?
Yeah, a Constitution save. All you got to do is beat a 10.
I didn't.
No, you got
You get a +3. You get a +3.
Oh, 10. Yeah, I got it. I tied it.
All right. So the reason that's important it will come to light in just a moment, because as y'all kind of stand there and kind of same thing as the lion does. Anybody that's ever woke up from a hangover kind of has to kind of shake their head a little bit and kind of get their bearings back after waking up from a heavy induced sleep is kind of what it feels like. None of you suffer any exhaustion or any other negative effects, but it does kind of take you a second to kind of get your bearings. But as you do, you hear these howls from all around you come echoing through the camp. And
What camp?
We're still sitting in the camp.
Oh no, that was a joke.
Oh,
Nobody else is here.
Just me, guys, or are these bigger than the normal ones?
well, that's why it's important. Because since everyone is able to kind of get their bearings and shake their head, kind of shake their heads out of this fog that you would have been in. When you first, whoever saw that first saw, I'm not sure what everybody's vision is, but anybody that's able to see these things that are encroaching upon the camp, that is Carrot's first initial reaction, as would have been anybody else that could see it, is like, holy shit, these things are huge. But as you kind of lock focus on these things, they appear to be normal size. So had you failed, anybody failed that, they would have seen these things as monstrous werewolves, almost like a hallucination. But everyone passed.
Okay.
So none of that. So disregard the tokens. The token size.
Okay, guys, we got werewolves, I think.
Let's go.
More wolves? Okay. Where are these guys that say they never see these?
Yeah, exactly.
Probably them. They're probably the werewolves.
I did an insight check.
Oh.
Well, not that I would have.
Didn't Greg check and see if they were werewolves?
Well, I think we did. I think we checked everything we could check.
Well, I wouldn't know if they were werewolves though, because those would be werewolves would still be considered humanoid, I think. So
Okay.
that wouldn't pick up on divine sense. Yeah.
Well, I straight up
Werewolves are
asked
still
him.
considered humanoid.
Didn't I straight up ask him if he was a werewolf?
Yeah, you did. 100%.
Because I was like, whoa. So
No, you
Mercedes
rolled a
thing?
check. Yeah, for that. No, I think you and J-Make did.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't care who they are. Let's kill them. As I paint my bar table. Let's go. Are we rolling initiative? I didn't roll. Where's mine?
Dude, I'll roll it for you.
Huh?
I'll roll it for you.
I got it. Oh, 10.
You did better than me. I rolled 5.
It should be everybody.
Oh boy, they're all going first.
You can delete the second Grim and the second Lion. We've already rolled.
Whoops.
Oh yeah, I rolled 2. I don't know where mine went.
I'll put it in there manually. Where's
I got it. I got mine.
Okay. Baron, what was yours?
It's in there.
He's in there twice.
Oh,
Am I really?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you roll your token, it automatically adds you. And then,
No, I did. No,
Yeah,
I'm not in there twice.
but as,
yeah. I tried to make it easy. I tried to select all so that it would be.
Oh, I got you.
Before I did that, it did it twice.
No, I usually select on my token and then roll so it goes straight to the turn order. But,
Yeah.
Ivor, what was yours?
I got a 10.
10.
Still got wood.
trying to make it easy for you, but I messed it up, I guess.
I think that's everybody. I don't see anybody missing. All right. So this particular wolf at the top of the camp is going to break the tree line.
Hey, sorry, just a question for you here. This tent to our left, I still see a token of one of the Vasanti.
Oh, it should have been on the GM layer when he went into the tent. Sorry.
Okay, I was just making sure I didn't know.
Yeah. No, you are going crazy. There shouldn't be anything there.
about to ask him some questions.
I was about to shoot him.
15, 20, 25, 30. All right. And the line is up.
Let's see. I assume he can't go over these tents, right? He's got to go around them.
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess that he is 7.5 feet tall. So if he's gonna he could probably tear through the tent, I guess.
Nah. He probably wouldn't be able to even see that one right there, so he's gonna. What's going on here? All right. He's gonna go to here and hold his action until anything gets in within his range.
Okay.
He's gonna hold his multi-attack.
Okay. This one is going to come tearing through the woods at the one in the northwest, northeast.
Oh shit! I didn't see him.
And the next one is this one. 30. Next one is this one. Brim, you're up.
Mm.
And again, as these, especially the ones that you didn't see before, it'll be the same thing. Like you're going to see them and have this oh shoot moment where they look, the size of Buicks. But then, as your eyes kind of focus, you see that it's just kind of your mind playing tricks on you, since you attribute this to the remnants of the fog that have kind of blowing through the wind.
Mm-hmm. We had a long rest, right?
Yes, yeah. You should be full of everything.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and cast Spirit Guardians on myself.
Nice. Nice move.
Must be nice.
And I'm gonna walk this direction.
Go ahead while I can resize these things.
I wouldn't worry about it.
Well, since y'all aren't hallucinating, it's that way it makes it a little easier on me. He was right there, and he was right there.
Was it a 15-foot radius, Spirit Guardian?
15-foot radius, yeah.
Nice. That's awesome.
He was right there. There we go. All right, that should be everybody. So Spirit Guardian.
Let me.
You can just give me the cliff notes.
I can't wait for that one, honestly.
Concentration up to 10 minutes. It's a 15-foot radius. Wisdom saving throws. A creature takes 3d8 radiant damage. If they're good, or 3d8 necrotic if they're evil.
Okay, if they within your 10-foot radius.
15-foot radius.
15 foot. Can you, while we move on to the next one, throw up an aura for that?
I can.
For your token, yeah.
That'll make it a little easier.
Can y'all see mine or not?
I can.
No, we never can see yours.
I never can see yours.
I could that time I played you.
Yeah, Brandon was super excited. I can finally see it.
Is there does anybody more well versed in Roll20 know? Because obviously as the DM I can see it, but is there any way that that I can click something so that everybody can see that?
I don't know.
I'm not sure. No. There's a way, surely, but
It would probably be somewhere under like advanced settings, but I'm not sure.
I think you'd probably have to give us all access to it or
The
something.
advanced.
But honestly, I can't say for sure.
No. Sorry.
Y'all tell me if everybody can see it once I do this.
Yep.
Yep.
Boom!
Hey, I can see it.
It was under just like you said, it was under advanced, and at the very bottom there was Aura 1 and Aura 2. I just clicked the C button.
Gotcha.
Boom! All right, now you can see his 3-foot aura. If you want to, I don't know if it's cumbersome. If you'd rather not be able to see it.
That was good.
And
Put a 15-foot on me.
All right, where's
you can do it yourself, Grim.
I can, but you can't see it when I do it.
let's see here. Aura. You said a 15-foot.
Yeah, I did it earlier. And y'all couldn't see it.
Just make it something besides yellow.
Boom. Oh yeah, that's probably true. Good call. Good call there, Brock. Let's see here. Let's change that to
Like light purple. or purple.
There's only a 10-foot orb.
Hot pink.
Mine's 10 foot.
When the creature enters for the first time, has to make the saving throw.
Would it count since they're already there when you cast it?
I guess so. If they fail, the creature's speed is halved,
All right.
and they take damage.
I'm going to
Every
go
time.
ahead and do saving throws for each of them. What are the save?
That's gonna be a wisdom.
Wisdom. They're not real smart. That was the one to the due north, and this is the one to the due northwest. Or northeast, excuse me, northeast.
One of them passes.
All right, so this one passed right here. This one failed, so he's at half speed. And what's the damage that he takes? Go ahead and roll for it.
19.
Oh, 19. Boom. All right. Minus 18. And half speed. What would half speed look like? How about, oh, there we go. Snail. All right. Was that all your movement, Grim?
That was all the movement I'm gonna do.
Okay.
1 second. Have some bonus actions here. Go ahead and cast a spiritual weapon as well. I'll bring it out.
Okay.
Actually, I want to cast it in front of this guy. I'm sure that doesn't hit. A 10.
Let's see here. It just misses.
Okay.
All right. Anything else?
That's it.
All right. Jack with his 11.15 tie break.
We'll just stick a typical Jack level here. And we'll go for a vicious mockery
Okay.
on this guy.
Okay.
So is it a wisdom save?
I believe it's a wisdom save.
Yeah, it's wisdom.
Wisdom save.
Yeah.
17.
Oh yeah, no way.
So he gets a D4 damage, a 2d4 damage.
Yep.
7 damage.
All right.
And disadvantage on his
Disadvantage on his next attack.
Disadvantage. Let's see here. I'll put a little cross skull and crossbones. All right. Is he going to take any movement?
He's going to back up into these auras that he can see now.
Okay. He's going to step into the rave lights.
That's right. We'll look around.
The bard is going to get ready to put on a performance.
Yeah.
All right. Next up is where did I zoom so far in so I can actually see for a change. All right. It's this guy right here. 5, 10, 15, 20. He stepped within the camera's gone. The lion had a held action, so this werewolf.
It was the multi-attack.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I guess I can roll it for him. Since
I guess you have his character sheet, but yeah.
Here, let me scroll up to the top.
He'll probably be back in a second.
And character sheet, multi-attack. 3 melee attacks. We're going to do 3 spears.
Oh, nice.
Yep. All right. That's 22 plus 6 is 28. That'll hit. That's 20 plus 7 was that 35.
Mm-hmm.
And another hit. That's 42. So not too terribly bad. All right. So when this werewolf comes sprinting toward the lion. He's going to take in all 3 attacks. Trevor, you had stepped away. This werewolf came up to the lion and rolled the lion, and he scored all 3 hits. One of them was a crit, so he did 42 points of damage.
Nice. I like it.
And the
All right.
lion
So
is still
as this creature kind of almost gets his legs taken out from underneath him by the lion's going to notice that this thing is almost mortally wounded. And now he's going to take his attack that he was trying to do before the lion waylaid on him. He's going to take his multi-attack and roll with his bite. He's going to miss critically.
Chips a tooth.
Yeah, chips the tooth. And he's going to miss with both. Drew, you're up.
All right, I'm going to step up next to Grim. And then I'm going to cast Moonbeam
That sounds magical.
on this one up here. This
Okay.
one.
All right.
So it'll be a 5-foot radius, 40-foot cylinder centered on him. He won't take any damage until his turn. When he starts his turn, he'll take damage.
Okay. All right. You going to take any movement? Additional movement?
I'm good. I moved up to Grim. I'm good there.
All right. Ivor, you're up.
Yep, I'm gonna shoot the guy at
Hey, can I throw like a token or something for Moonbeam over there? Because I can move it.
Yeah, sure. Just throw. Yeah, if you want to throw any, maybe you throw.
I'll throw you
one of
like a 5 foot, whatever.
Yeah, one of those 5 foot. Yeah.
Got the area fixed right here.
Okay.
Radius, so 2 squares.
And Ivor, you were swinging at this one or shooting at this one over by the lion.
by the lion. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that'll hit, and he's taking damage. So it's 12. That's enough that he is. As you shoot that arrow at him, you split him right between the eyes, and he crumples to the ground.
All right, then I'm gonna turn and
Is that correct, J-Mick?
Yeah, that's good.
promote this guy.
This guy right down here.
hmm
All right, and he has taken damage as well.
Okay, with 14 hitting.
Yes, 14 will hit him.
Okay, then he takes 11 damage.
All right, Carrick. Oh, excuse me, Ivor. You gonna hang tight there? Or you gonna move anywhere?
No, I'm sitting where I'm sitting.
All right, Carrick.
Carrick's not really going to help a lot, but he's going to look around and kind of pat himself and realize he hadn't done that yet today.
All right. It's like I know I forgot something. What? Oh.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Baron. Who are you gonna kill?
That's the
With your 32 swings and 70 points of damage.
Okay, fine. I don't like throwing the sword. So,
Have you ever actually failed? I think you've only failed a pullback one time.
yeah, no, I definitely fought it one time, but I don't like cheesing that. Let me grab my mouse if I can get it on a surface that works. Okay, I'll hit this guy.
All right. Yeah, that will definitely hit. With let's see, 17 is 26 and 19. So let's see here. That is 26. Oh, and the second attack will destroy it.
All right, I'm gonna back up 1 because I have one more. I have 5 feet more movement. So, all right, I'm done.
Okay. So this werewolf down here is going to charge 10, 15, 20, 25. And which one is this? Back at the top of the order. It's this one that's got half his movement speed. And so he's got 5. He walks around. 10. So he's still within, and so he's going to walk up to the nearest target, which happens to be Droot.
Hey, starting his turn there, does he take damage, Trevor?
Yeah, what's that? I've got so many little things here. What's the purple again?
I think he takes damage.
Guardians.
Because I know he took the damage when he initially when you initially cast it. As he moves through it, does he take additional damage? Oh,
I think it's at the start of the turn.
You're muted, Trevor.
It's at the start of your turn. If you
Okay.
start your turn in it.
All right. What have him roll, or excuse me, have you roll then the damage?
17.
17.
He gets a wisdom save against it.
Oh, he does. Well, he's not real wise.
Yeah, 17.
17 points of damage. So he does that does some pretty significant as he kind of starts tearing toward Droot. Droot's going to visibly see him kind of, struggling to get to him, not only because he's been slowed, but also as this kind of damage is inflicted upon him. But he will make it to Droot, and he will attempt his bite.
23 will hit.
All right, make a Constitution save, 12 or better.
+3.
Boom. All right, so you only take 10 points of piercing damage, and then he'll swing with his claws and miss.
No miss.
All right, the lion is up. Roar.
Only
I
person.
love how I've just this one sexy knee of bearing up all the time now.
Well, the wife moved the bed.
No,
It's just so
it's
easy,
just funny because I
like-
just see you're just like seductive leg like posed up.
It's
in
a
the
sewing
frame.
chair. It's a sewing table with the computer on it, and it's just so much easier to lean back because there's no back to this chair.
Like I half expect someone to feed you grapes in the background.
Like seriously, like this is where she folds laundry.
All right, so he made his the first one, the first bash will miss, the spear will miss, the third attack will hit. So was that 8 points of damage?
Mm-hmm. That's all he's got.
Oh, let me move this to the map token. There we go, so I can see it. All right, so -8.
I think it's.
All right, and the next one is it's actually this guy is up. So he is going to, huh?
That's the one to
Take his
move.
38.
Yeah, that's the one that you cast the moonbeam on. So what happens with him?
He's got to make a con save,
And a wisdom save.
and he's at disadvantage on the Constitution save.
All right, so con save.
16. Daggum 16 makes it. Okay.
All right. And does he
He'll
take,
still take.
does he take half damage from the save?
Yeah, he'll take half damage.
All right, so he'll take 3 points from that, and then what the other one was wisdom, right, Graham?
That's right.
Oh, critical fail. So
15 points.
he'll take a total of 18 points of damage, 3 from Moonbeam, 15 from that. All right, so he's going to try to reciprocate the lion's attack. Does that hit his AC? Graham?
Yeah, that hit.
All right, then the lion needs to make a Constitution save. All right, he gets +3, doesn't he? Or is he outside the?
He's outside the aura.
Okay, then he is as this wolf kind of bites into him. The lion is going to feel something a bit different about himself. And the next one will be the clouds, and that will hit. So he takes a total of 15 points of damage, and he will have been cursed with however you say it. Yeah, however you say it. I can't say it.
Well, he's a werewolf now.
And see, the next one is.
Not werewolf.
Yeah, we have a pet werewolf now.
Right. This one is available to move. I don't. 10, 15, 20,
Man, your wolf's better than my wolf.
25, 30. All right. Graham, you're up.
All right. Not a whole lot I can do here. I'm gonna attack the one in front of me. Is 24 to hit.
Oh, you betcha. All right, so that's 14 points of damage. All right, so as you hit him with this, you'll notice that you've almost torn him completely asunder. He kind of stumbles down to both knees and has trouble picking himself back up. He is at death's door.
He'll die.
You just down? Somebody down one?
I'll hit him with a spiritual weapon.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, that will also hit. That'll be enough.
11 points.
That
Broken
will.
shields?
Yeah, and as he falls down on his knees in front of Droot and Grim, your spiritual weapon, oh, sweet, sweet business, will cleave him in two from behind.
Nice. Sweet business. Doing work.
All right, you going to take any movement, Grim?
I think I'm good right here.
All right. Mr. Odd number Jack.
Jack's gonna point at the one out west of us there, and whisper.
This one right here?
Yeah, whisper some mutterings under his breath there. Actually, no, it's just a somatic. He's gonna make a middle finger gesture at that one, and he's gonna need a wisdom save.
All right. Yeah, he'll fail that.
Yeah. All right.
So he will take his immediate reaction to move as far away as he can from Jack, which will be 5.
And now it's gonna be 16 attack damage.
How much damage?
16.
16. Scroll back. Boom. All right. Is Jack going to take any movement?
Nope.
All right. Drew.
Let's see. I'm going to use my action to move the moonbeam.
Okay.
I can't grab it right now though.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'd moved it so I could see my token, but here I'll bring it back to the so you can movement layer token. You should have it now.
Yeah, I'm going to move it over here to this one.
Okay.
And then I'm going to tell the rest of the group, hey, leave the one in my moonbeam for last.
Yeah.
All right. Are you gonna hold your ground there? Or are you gonna make any movement?
I'll just step a little bit closer to him.
Okay.
That's
Ivor, you're up.
I'm going to shoot the guy in the moonbeam. Oh, I thought you said shoot him in the ass. I'll leave him for last. Okay, never mind. I'm going to shoot this one.
I really wish you'd do that because that would definitely be an Ivor's character.
Yeah, that wouldn't be something I ever would do.
I'm going to shoot him right here.
You said ass? I thought you.
Yeah, my bad. My bad.
I'll suck the poison out there.
All right, which one did you hit that one with, Ivor?
The Baron, in front of Baron.
Okay, yeah, that'll definitely hit, and he has not taken any damage at this point. So 12, 15.
Oh, well, then wait. Then I thought that's the guy I hit. Yeah.
No, you killed one with your previous hit.
No, I know, but I had a second attack and I went after him.
It wasn't this guy's.
I
at full
killed
health.
that dude.
Okay.
I can't remember which one you pointed, but this guy, he's at full health.
Okay, then take. I didn't go Colossus Slayer then.
Okay, so just the 15.
Yeah.
All right, you gonna take a second shot at him?
Yeah. No, this is now. Let me roll.
You want me to just add the other Colossus Slayer?
Yeah, that's fine if you want to do that.
Unless you want to roll it and see if it's better than the 6.
No, that's fine. We'll just
All right.
go with that.
Okay, nice. So it's another 15 points of damage. All right. You want to take any other movement or do anything?
No, I'm sitting pretty.
All right. Carrot.
They're shooting at everybody. They're attacking everybody else but me.
Carrick will send a firebolt at that same one that just took 2 arrows.
Okay.
Ooh, natural 20.
Show off.
Yay, 4d10. That's what I'm talking about.
How much?
I'm gonna get killed before I get there. Sucks.
3, 7. Oh, I rode terrible. A 1, a 2, a 4, and a 5.
Oh my god.
10 points of damage.
12 whole points of damage for a crit.
Yeah, that's that. While not the most wonderful type of crit attack that we've seen thus far, it is enough to that you were able to see that you've done significant lasting damage to this thing, and so both you and Baron standing in front of him are going to be able to see that he is he's been significantly and close to mortally wounded.
I'll take 1 step forward to get back in Druid's-Aura.
All right, Baron, you're up.
All right, let's do this.
You sexy beast, you.
All right, we'll step up, hit him 1 time. See what happens.
You will kill him, I'm sure. Yeah, that's enough to kill him.
All right, I move 5 feet. I'm gonna back on up. 5, 10, 15, 20. Well, why not be in both the wars? I don't know what they do, but that's fine.
Oh, so I should have been back 5
What,
feet.
what do you smart people call it when you those graphs that where you're in where the both areas intersect?
Yeah.
Group.
Yeah.
All right. The lion is up, Grim.
Yeah. He's gonna swing. He's gonna swing away.
All right.
Assume he has no ill effects, at least.
Let's see. Hold on. Hold on. This is the first time that this is actually connected. Let me make sure. Hold on. I got a whole sheet for that.
Can you use bite?
It's way down here at the bottom. Hold on.
He says he immediately.
The lion now starts fighting folks.
Yeah.
He's probably like sick for a little while. You know, like feels like he's got the flu.
Has some respiratory distress.
Yeah. Tired, no energy. Fevers and chills, you know. For the next full moon.
That's hilarious.
Tired and no energy? Like, is that a disease? 'Cause I got it. I need something to do.
If that's the case, I'm a werewolf right now.
I thought it was called lack of sleep.
It's called Call of Duty and D&D.
God, they don't make it easy to find any of this stuff. Where is it at?
And building these little miniatures.
I just saw it and I had it open for some just in case someone ever got afflicted with this. I have to find it. Well, we'll say nothing. Don't worry about it right now. There's a whole tab for that's got everything instructions for when one of these connects. So just having attacked as normal. Where the hell?
Yeah, just make it up.
He was a 24 to hit with 13 points of damage
Oh yeah, that hits.
on the first one. Second one's a 20 to hit with 13 points of damage. Third one's a 20 with 11 points of damage.
Oh yeah, that's plenty to actually kill the guy.
Oh, I forgot to ask something on my turn. Do any of these the werewolves look like women by chance, or dancers? They moving gracefully about the battlefield.
Yeah, they you haven't gotten a good enough look at their whether they have lady bits or where is that? That's gonna drive me nuts. All right, is the lion going to take any additional movement?
He'll move back over here closer to sweet business.
Oh, there it is. I found it. Okay. All right. That probably would have changed his bit, but we'll say that happens later. So we will minimize that. Okay. All right. Next up is this guy that's in your moonbeam.
Yeah, con save disadvantage.
Con save disadvantage. Let me move that to the map so I can get a hold of the guy. Con save disadvantage.
Okay, so he'll take 2d10 and he changes back into his original form.
All right.
So do we recognize him when he reverts back?
Okay. Let's see here. First, let's do the damage.
Nine damage.
So glad I didn't shoot that guy. I really thought about shooting.
All right. All right. His true form, as this moonbeam kind of hits down on him like that, you will see he will kind of fall to the ground and stand back up. And as this lunar eclipse of power dissipates, you will see what appears to be a human standing there wearing tattered clothing, and make a intelligence check.
Oh gosh.
But it'll be fairly low. We're going to say at 8 or better. Jarut will recognize him as one of the Vistani that was in the group.
Gotcha.
We walk right into the werewolf face.
And they talk to us.
That was nice.
All right. Is he going to take any movement? Jarut, that is, not the now exposed human.
Wait, what's the werewolf's turn?
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah,
Since you're doing that's right. Yeah. All right. So he is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Come back to where he originally was before Jack cast him out.
That sucks for him.
Graham, you're up.
Is he in human form right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Wait. I think. Well, hell yeah. That's true. I'm not used to them being. That's new. Okay. He's going to recognize that he's in human form. He's going to kind of take a survey of the situation. That's a good way to say it. He's going to see that he's next to almost naked, wearing torn clothing, and see that he is now back mysteriously as his human form. He's going to see y'all and realize that the ruse is up. And instead of going that direction, since I'm not used to these werewolves actually being humans, he is going to go the other direction. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
And I'm gonna.
Is it my turn now?
Yeah.
It's your turn. Yeah, it's your turn. I'd already cycled from the other guy's turn.
I'm going to see him running. I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
And the war's going with them. That's awesome.
Please say,
Yeah.
get over here.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm going to cast a whole person on him.
All right. And let's see. He has to succeed on a wisdom save.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Boom. Nicely done. Fail.
Nope.
All right. So he's going to be sprinting away, and all of a sudden he's going to be frozen in place and realize that he is in trouble.
I don't have
The aura drop. That's concentration. So these.
Okay, so your other aura is gone. Oh, that's right. It's not a token you threw out there. It's actually your aura.
Yeah, it's an aura.
Yeah, let me get rid of that.
Guys, I don't have my manacles anymore to lock this guy up.
I just lock him up. I'll just sit on him.
All right, there we go. All right, was that all your movement you took before, or do you have anything else you're going to take?
That's everything I can do at this point.
All right, Jack is up.
So this guy, I'll just say, come on, guys, let's go pick this guy up.
We got some questions for him.
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
Are we out of combat yet?
Well, no, I mean you got to make it to him because he can make another save at the beginning of his next turn.
Gotcha.
We have him for 10 rounds, unless he saves.
Well, then, how close am I?
Oh, your connection to the server has been interrupted. God dog.
I got the same thing.
Me too.
It's still working, man.
Yep, me too.
Oh, he's out of range. I'll dash to catch up.
I thought we were out of combat.
Not yet. He can still try to save his next turn unless somebody gets there. And
My bad. I'll move back.
I was going to shoot him.
Shoot him in the leg, go for a wounding shot.
Nah.
Jack's done. He dashed over there.
mine's frozen up.
Yeah, mine too.
Did it finally freeze?
Did you say Jack was over there? Because I don't.
Oh, well, he dashed as far as he could.
Mine's frozen. Oh, there it is. No.
Oh, there you go. Okay. All right. So next is Jarut. Mine froze so much, but now it's caught up.
Yeah, it was just a glitch. Jarut?
Yeah, that's 30, and then I'm dashing. Okay. Oh, it's just that range. Okay. That's all I can do. Yeah, that's action and.
Okay.
Is my movement still here somewhere?
I'm sorry, you broke me.
Is my moonbeam still there somewhere?
Oh, it was right here.
Okay.
Did you want to move it to him?
Not yet, but I just wanted to. I mean, I'm still concentrating. I'm still holding it up just in case we need it. I'll move it out in front of him.
Okay,
I got you.
Yeah.
Actually, well, no, I can't move it. Sorry, I used my action to dash.
No, but I'll put it out there just so you can move it.
Yeah, but I wanted to leave it up just in case we need it.
No.
All right, Fiber, you're up.
Yep.
5 foot radius? Jamie?
I'm gonna just ask, or I'm gonna kind of yell to the group.
Yeah.
Hey, how many werewolves was that?
I think we're missing one somewhere.
Yeah, I think it was 6. I think there was more than that at the campfire.
Okay, that's what I thought. I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. I'm just gonna move there. Actually, I'm gonna dash another 30 feet. 10, 15.
No.
Okay. That was all my movement.
Ivor decided to go home. All right, Carrick, you're up.
Oh, R2's gonna
I
fly.
feel like I'm playing XCOM and I'm looking for that last little alien. Remember that one little
Dude,
dude?
man,
I
that's
love
a
this
game.
Freaking out there somewhere.
There's a new one. There's a new one coming out, I think, this week.
Is it really?
Yeah, they surprise announced it last week. It's XCOM Chimera. You can Google it.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, I've seen it.
I love XCOM.
They just announced it last week and then said it's coming out this week.
If it's a Chimera, that's not gonna work.
I'll tell everybody. RP dashed all the way to the corner of the map down there, and I'll tell everybody the southwest looks clear,
Okay.
and then I'll step forward,
All right.
and I'll just hold a firebolt for if that guy starts running again.
Okay. Baron?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm just gonna run 1, 2, 2, 3. Ask Grim if I can slide by. 4,
Don't be. I'm trying to concentrate on this guy.
5, 7, 8, 9, 10. What's up, Drew? 11. And I'm gonna get melee with this guy, but I'm not gonna hit him because I was told not to.
All right. The lion.
What ill effects is he suffering?
Just the one level of exhaustion. I don't think he was he exhausted the first time that
Well,
you.
he kind of got bit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've got that. We're gonna handle that after the fight.
Well, he's kind of shivering and cold. He's gonna hang out by the fire.
Okay. All right. Next is the werewolf.
Formerly werewolf.
Yeah. Now it's the half-naked man running down through the woods. Y'all turn this into like a snuff film.
Dragging back to the tent.
See, what was it? A wisdom save or a con?
It was a wisdom.
Wisdom. All right.
That passes.
Okay. So he takes off.
No, that's his action. That was his action
Yeah,
to
that's his
save.
action. So all he can do now is his movement. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Takes this motherfucker
Well,
all the way through.
Jim, you're up. Well, I take that back. Carrick, you cut out there for a second, but didn't you have a hold action?
yeah, that's a firebolt with a 21 to hit.
All right. Yeah, that'll hit.
15 points of damage. That was more than my crit roll.
And that's almost enough to kill him. So as he runs, he's going to get stung in the back by a blazing firebolt. It whizzes past everybody's heads, going straight in a line past y'all and into the back of the guy. You can see him kind of almost stumble and scream in pain, and he's beginning to leave a heavy trail of blood. So Grim, now that he did that, you're going to cast whole
Person again.
And there's that fail. So just as soon as he tasted freedom for about 6 seconds, he is now frozen again.
That's all I got.
All right, Jack.
I really want to do something funky, but I don't want to waste one of Jack's big spells.
If our movement speed was any different, he could get away with it.
Yeah, I think we'll get him with his whole person. Hopefully he won't pass the next save.
I just moved the radius over there so we know he's held.
Jack the tackler.
He's still awake, right?
Yeah.
He's paralyzed, so
He's
he can hear and see, but he can't move.
All right. Well, then Jack will get closer to him, and he will suggest very strongly that he stop running and return to the campfire.
All right.
Just a-
And it is a wisdom save.
For conditions.
I'm just going to move that just for a second so I can select the token.
Oh yeah. I just moved it to mark him.
Oh, big
Critted on that shit.
Check out the brain on Brad.
He is going to. You're going to see him as he's bleeding profusely, trying to figure out why he's stuck to the ground. You're going to see him kind of like he hears voices and then shake his head and say, "The hell with that."
All right, that's Jack's turn.
That's interesting. That's crazy.
So it's my turn.
Yep.
5.
What's funny is the entire battle itself took less time than it is to chase down a half-naked man.
Yeah.
No doubt. And the intro to the battle took way longer. Like,
It's all right. He's not going anywhere now.
Yep. All right. He's he. Oh, and he's still got that moonbeam there. What
Oh
is
no,
that?
it's not on him. I hadn't moved it on him.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm still concentrating just in case.
Gotcha.
He automatically fell strength check. So if you want to grapple him,
that's what I was gonna do.
It took my action to dash to get there, so I can't really grapple right now.
Yeah, we're gonna have him fail his wisdom save.
that's true.
All right. Ivor.
But if he runs and I hit, I can spare him, and he doesn't move because of the sentinel feet.
Yeah, you got Sentinel, so he can't go anywhere.
Ivor's going to move right here and open this treasure chest right here. I'm just kidding. Nobody else can see me down there. I'm not doing anything. I'm in the woods. I don't even know. Can I even see where I came from? I don't even know where I'm at right now.
I might have to scroll pretty far down. I mean, you're down there cooking s'mores in your own campsite.
Yeah, I'm good.
Ivor's lost in the woods.
I'm lost in the freaking woods, bro.
Discovered new species.
I'm good. I'm just hanging tight.
All right, Carrick.
I just want him to be like, man, what does it taste?
Yeah. Eric's gonna be losing interest here, kind of same as Ivor. See Drew kind of like get around in front of the guy and be like, "All right, I guess I'll walk forward." And that's it. I'm not gonna do anything. I mean, at strength contest, I'm not fast or strong. I don't want to hurt him anymore, so I'll just.
Darren, you're up.
Okay. I need to count this out. 5,
30 feet, you got it.
15, 20, 25, 30. All right, at this point, I'll grapple him. Strength check, I guess.
He's going to not be able to do anything but give you a hug back.
Is it just a check, right?
He fails, I believe,
fails.
automatically.
He automatically fails.
Oh, okay. Good.
Wait,
I
what's your patty cake hug you gave him?
I didn't pass that.
Yeah, pat on the back.
I think I tried to kiss him. I'm not sure.
You basically are Buddy the Elf. You tried to play the tickle game with him.
Yeah, I fell on both ends of that thing. That's terrible.
All right, so you've successfully grabbed him, and he is grappled. The lion is like way out of this. He feels his fever rising.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he's trying to warm himself by the fire. It's a cold fever.
Gonna have to sweat it out a little bit.
All right, he is successfully grappled, and again, he could try to make a strength save, but that won't work. So he's going to try to make the wisdom save to break the whole person, and he's going to fail that. And so at that point, surrounded and grappled, he is succumbed to his captors.
All right,
I'll drop the whole person on him.
I'm gonna yell at Jack and say, Jack, let's talk to this fellow.
So as y'all are out of combat, you will Baron will again keep he'll keep a good submission hold on the guy. He'll see that he's again bleeding pretty profusely, wounded very badly, and is no longer struggling against the grapple, and has kind of resigned himself to the fact that he has been captured by this group.
Yeah,
Let's,
again.
let's drag him back to the fire and secure him more securely.
Okay, me and Drew will certainly do that.
All right.
Followed by Jack
Do a little interrogation.
Yes.
talking
So
to
yeah,
him
I've
like
got
he's
him
his mama.
over here by the fire, and I can only imagine that Baron has got him and is by the back of the neck and is pushing his face over the embers that have now been stoked by that were previously put out, but have been stoked by the lion as he tries to warm himself.
Well, he's not happy. I'll say that.
Does anybody want to let Ivor know where we are, where we're at?
Not really.
Be like, hey, I can't
I
find.
haven't found anyone.
Yeah, Grim and kind of turns around and is doing kind of like a silent counting and realizes that y'all are one short.
Yeah. So I guess Jack will actually step forward and say, I recognize you from last night, right?
And this particular through coughs of blood, because again he doesn't have much hit points left. Through coughs of blood, he's going to kind of laugh and say, "You are merely his playthings."
So he told you to hurt us.
He will again kind of laugh and say, "Make a persuasion check first, and then I'll."
Who's he?
33.
And while Carrick is talking to him, the lion is going to turn to Grim and say, "Boss, I don't feel so well."
Yeah, me either, buddy.
Oh, yeah, that's plenty. He
Think about yourself, lion, all the time.
Carrick, you said that he told you to hurt him. Is that what you said?
Oh yeah, Jack is the one talking. Jack.
Oh, Jack. Okay, I'm sorry. I just saw Brandon's roll. That's right. You're rolling for him. He's going to look at Jack and say, he controls all. He tells all. He gives all commands. Of course, we were told to take you in and answer any questions that you had. And when the opportunity arose, provide a test.
There were 7 of you last night. Is that correct?
There were more.
There were more than 7?
Correct. That's what he says.
How many of you were there?
There were 11.
11.
Where were the others hiding?
And he kind of looks around and says, "The woods."
Damn trees.
Shit, we were all in the woods.
Abominations.
Abominable trees.
Darude leans in and grabs him by his collar. Is it the trees? Tell me right now. Is it the trees? Are they with you?
He will. Is Ivor back?
Yeah, I just walked in. I said, "Hey guys."
Oh, there he is. Okay. Yeah, he'll look at Ivor and say, "Strahd has no need of us if need be. He sees all on his own."
But you have free reign of this place.
Hey, I'm gonna lean in and I'm gonna flip him off and I'm like, "Can Strahd see that? Can he see that? Can he see this?"
Yeah. He's already told us. Yes.
He will probably smile and chuckle. For someone that knows he's probably about to die, he's going to just resign himself, especially with the previous persuasion roll, and say, I'm sure that he can, and I'm sure that he will return the gesture.
Yeah.
I want to walk up home and just ask him, did he do this to you? Did he turn you into this werewolf?
He will answer that. Go ahead and roll persuasion as well, but do it at advantage since Carrick has already successfully kind of got the ball rolling. He'll answer that with a grunt and basically say, Strahd is no wolf, but rest assured that any ailment that anybody has here is directly attributable to his hand.
Were you born a human or were you born a werewolf?
he'll answer that I am a Vastanti first and foremost. And because again, Carrick asked that question, he'll say, and I volunteered for this.
I want to walk up. I'm already there with him. I can cure you of this. Is that something you would like?
He says, I am loyal to the devil Strahd.
I'll kick him in the fire.
Yes, I will absolutely slam his head down in the fire.
Okay. All right.
That would have been more fun. Okay.
Go ahead and make a strength, just a check, not a save, but a strength check to see how hard you actually do this. Oh, okay. You basically use the boot of your foot. And,
Oh, that was mine. Sorry, I was just aiding in the
that's
kick.
all right. That's with the assistant. Oh, well, it looks like you needed help.
I'm tiny. I'm not that big.
The two of y'all have a combined almost 30 of strength here. Y'all will push his face down into the fire. He will scream. And as he does so, he says, the death house will have you.
Pull it back out.
Pull it back out. Heal him real quick.
Pull it back out.
Pull it back out.
We should Chinese water torture this guy. Just kill him and then bring him back.
So as he was already on death's door before y'all pushed him face first in the inferno, hit point wise. So as he does, as his screams in this last phrase does that, he will screech. His screams will kind of be muted as his face is charred and burned beyond all recognition. He kind of falls limp and in grim.
Can I heal him for like 2 points?
Now you can bring him back, but y'all pushed him into the fire. He had 8 hit points.
All right, never mind. So he's dead? Is he dead or what?
He's basically a burnt marshmallow at this point.
Okay.
He's better off.
I'll look up and be like, did he say death house? What did he say?
Did he say he volunteered for this?
He did.
He did.
And I'll spit on the body and be like, abominations. Burn them all.
Dude, y'all are still in my spit move like way too much.
Just like man, in your hot chicks.
You taught him a new trick.
He's very impressionable.
So I kind of take in this information that he, this last death scream that he kind of utters at y'all in y'all's direction. It's almost last insult or threat. As you kind of stand over his body, his face, the smoke rises from his face and scalp after being shoved into the fire. Y'all kind of take stock of what he said and the fact that, again, that it appears that the camp is empty, and y'all decide at what point what to do.
I'm going to ask Drew to do his whole, can you detect something around here, possibly?
I'll say I can try, but if it's werewolves that are around us, I won't be able to pick those up.
Never mind then.
But I'll still close my eyes and take a deep breath and see if I sense anything within 60 feet.
All right.
Talk to one of the forest rats, squirrels.
Anything.
Nothing within 60 feet will
Yeah.
ping off of a Groot's divine sense.
Do I see any wildlife animals anywhere?
No, I mean it's not silent like it was before. I mean you hear the sounds of just nature or a forest at night, but no, you don't see any what appears to be any living creatures or forest life.
Like a little roly-poly or something?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to take a walk, we'll go find one.
Oh, I mean, sure. If you go trudging off into the forest, you can.
No, not just yet. I'll be like, hey guys, he did say there was more of them, right? Around us?
Yeah.
He said a lot more.
We just murdered like 6 of them, and there's only like 4 left.
We don't know that.
Well, we killed them before too. Remember, on the way to the camp.
Oh, true. Maybe we killed their friends before we even showed up.
Yeah,
He said there was 11 last night.
but he might not have known that we killed those ones because we killed them and walked straight south into the camp. All I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here before this fog comes back.
Yeah, let's go south. Let's head south. If there's 4 more, we'll do them.
All right, so y'all are heading south.
Mhm.
All right, y'all.
Hey guys, with that, I'm gonna have to peace out because I got work tomorrow.
Yeah, man.
All right, if
I
you
got
want
you.
to, if you want to hold on for maybe just a few more seconds.
Okay.
Yeah. Y'all will head south. As you do that, the lion. Here. Y'all had about y'all. That's what you said. You're going to head south to the road.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna try to get to the town at some point.
Gotcha. Okay. As y'all do that, y'all have been traveling. This is going to be very carefully through the woods. I'm assuming that most people are going to be have their heads on a swivel, so it's going to take roughly through this heavy forest, roughly about 3 hours to get inside of the road. But during this trip, the lion is going to inform you that he's feeling rather flushed at this point, and you're going to be able to take a visual stock of what he looks like. You've noticed that he's kind of started to run red, run kind of a fever. He has been afflicted with with this disease, or the onset, the beginning parts of this disease, and it is considered a curse. However, it can be cured. But so that you know what happens with this, he retains his normal statistics, except for when it comes to his speed. I don't know what his speed was before, but he is going to have the speed of the werewolf, which is in normal form is 30 feet, but in wolf form would be 40 feet. He's going to be proficient with his normal attacks, which would be claw and bite. But the next time that he takes damage, he is going to have to. He has the potential to succumb to the curse permanently.
Sweet. It's even better.
And if that occurs, it could affect his alignment.
I mean, I've already killed him once.
And so that's about as far as into that we'll get right now. But you know that he's been afflicted with this curse. So I'll let y'all decide what you want to do with that. As you make your way south, you will eventually finally find your way out of the woods to a dirt road, just as previously described to you. And the previous instructions or the previous description was that y'all were on the easternmost part of the valley, and that the direction toward the village of Barovia was to the west. I guess you'd have to let me know are you going to follow those directions or do something different?
No, that's where we're going.
He said it was just a couple of miles.
He said it was 4.5 miles.
Yeah.
4.5 miles.
Ride down the road that direction and watch and see if she hits a town.
All right, R2 will see what appears to be extremely large gates that lead. They are extremely high. Let's see here. Get you. All right, as you approach that, you're going to see what appears to be these extremely large gate statues that are missing their heads, that are on each side of these large gates, and we're going to show them to you.
That's a big gate.
That's a big gate.
Those would have been large heads too.
And y'all will kind of this matches the description that was previously given to you about that it would lead to a settlement. Are you going to pass through these gates?
Oh yeah,
Definitely passing through those gates.
All right. This gravel road will lead
I
through.
want to try to pick up the sword. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, this
Sorry,
that's all right. A little too big for the britches on that one. But as y'all kind of pass down this gravel
Like
road, it becomes a bit more residential as you again pass through these gates. You are way up ahead. You can kind of see what appears to be a line of row or townhouses, as well as what appears to be the skyline or the silhouette through not fog or anything, but just kind of the haze of the twilight. What appears to be a village, but as you kind of walk there, nestled among these dwellings, you kind of see these two small silhouettes beginning to approach you from the west.
Before the gates or after the gates?
Y'all have crossed through the gates. Y'all are on the inside of the gates now.
All right, well, they can go fuck off. We'll go whatever we want to do.
All right. As y'all continue to walk toward the village of Barovia, these silhouettes become more into picture, and it appears to be two small children that kind of approach you, and as they kind of lock eyes.
Yeah, Baron's gonna say whatever they say. No, thank you.
Okay.
Bye bye.
As they approach
What
you,
if they're selling chocolate?
No.
as they approach you, you will approach them and kind of try to walk by them, and they will say, "Please help us."
Grab your gold.
Grab all your shit.
And we can stop right there. So y'all have reached the village of Barovia.
Yeah, I've dealt with too many little kids this COVID
They
season.
murdered some kids in Freeport.
All they want is shit.
They went swimming for gold.
I thought you were going to swim in the ocean for gold.
I think you made them go to a gold.
So y'all have just walked into the gates of Barovia, and y'all are in the. I guess you'd kind of say the outskirts of the village. You haven't made it to the village proper, but you can see the village. You are inside the gates, and again, y'all are now within the area of the village of Barovia.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to be rude, but
no, that's it.
So
I want to make sure that
knocking on my door.
Drew knew that we had made it to. Drew knew that we'd made it to the village of Barovia.
Yeah, so many kids are knocking on my door for a Gatorade or a water. I'm just like, no more kids.
That's hilarious.
This is real life. Brock's door is being banged on for Gatorades.
For real.
Like, what kind of neighborhood do you live in? The kids just think they can go to any random house?
I know, right?
It's their parents.
Just stop here and get something to drink, kids.
Yeah.
I seen this guy. He had a drink the other day.
Yeah.
I bet he still got some more.
Hey, real quick before we all hop off, and someone shoot a text to Chris. I want to, in the interim, I want to make sure that I get everybody's tokens up to date, because again, I'm copying and pasting on some of these maps, old tokens, but you've leveled up since then. Just shoot me a text of your new HP.
Okay.